Are you serious? Are you serious? How corrupt is the United Nations? I mean, are you serious? They have become nothing more than a den of thieves, and the corruption and their ideology and their agenda is really nothing more than to bring about the new world order. Well, here's an article that took place New Year's Eve. Nobody, mass media, nowhere in the American mass media is this being covered. But the United Nations staff in hot water, well, they've been fired for dancing with Colombian rebels that they're supposed to be peacekeeping and saving the people from. In Bogota, Colombia, United Nations observers were seen in Colombia in a video showing them dancing with the leftist rebels while deployed to watch over these guerrillas as part of a peacekeeping deal. The short video was shot by a Spanish news agency, EFE, from inside the jungle camp in northern Colombia during a New Year's Eve party. It shows two men wearing blue vests with the United Nations insignia dancing hip to hip with the female guerrilla rebels. The images, dismissed by some as a folkish display of Colombians' love for revelry in even the most adverse circumstances, drew sharp rebuke from opponents of this peace deal between the government and the Revolutionary Armed Forces of Colombia, the rebels of Colombia. What a joke. Conservative lawmaker Maria Fernanda Cabal blasted out on Twitter. How can we trust in the United Nations delegates' impartiality when they go dancing and partying with the FARC or the Colombian rebels? Folks, the UN is dancing with the devil. I mean, are you serious? I don't know who's the devil here. Is it the UN or is it the rebels? Or is it a combination? Obviously, the UN is supposed to be a peacekeeping, not to dance with rebel groups that are trying to overthrow sovereign countries. I know Colombia's got corruption and drug cartels, but these rebels are the drug cartels. That's who they are. This behavior is inappropriate and doesn't reflect the values of professionalism and impartiality of the mission, it said, without identifying the officials by name or nationality. As part of the peace deal ratified last month, hundreds of UN-sponsored observers, mostly from Latin America nations, are being deployed across the country to a 20-plus camps where the guerrillas or the Colombian rebels, which are made up of drug cartels, will soon begin turning over their weapons. Do you really believe that? Do you believe that these drug cartel rebels are going to turn over their weapons? They're dancing with the UN. They're partying through the night. Oh, come on, guys. Did we learn anything from Pablo Escobar? Remember? He even got to build his own prison, only to ultimately never surrender until he was gunned down. And that by DEA, American Drug Enforcement Agents. Well, the UN mission charged with receiving these weapons and providing periodic reports on the two sides' adherence to the peace deal that seeks to bring an end of decades of bloody fighting. Let me just say quickly right now. And does the UN think they're going to go in and forcibly divide Israel? Take the land from the Israeli people and divide it forcibly and enforce a buffer zone separating the people? You really think these cats, the blue caps, can get it done? Not will they. They're not capable of doing it. And oh, by the way, neither is Israel ever going to allow it. So we have a situation brewing in the Middle East, and these are the characters who are supposed to be representing this UN, the United Nations governing body. I would really love to see the UN building closed, used for a maybe for some low rent housing for some folks that are in need there in New York City. Could you imagine the amount of money we would save by not funding the UN? And not, why are we surrendering our authority as Americans to this governing body of thieves and thugs? I don't think so. And so maybe, just maybe, I'll put that a little higher on the Paul Begley prayer list of things to pray about. And that is the dismantling of what is known as the United Nations. I'll be back with more current world events and how they relate to Bible prophecy. Looks like the UN is still dancing with the devil.